Everyone, BJ32 back again with another edition of. I just a little bit annoyed at the loading thing here. Anyways, back again with another edition of What's on Deck. Let's look at what is new in the world of playing cards this week or upcoming. First of all, we got the Black Pack, which apparently came out in April. Selected to be distributed at the presidential reception of the 109th NAACP convention, which sounds familiar to me, but I'm not 100% sure what that is. Apparently two different tucks, one with a bright-ass blue color for some reason, another one really dark. It's, for God's sakes, not a fan of those back designs and those colors. One is just really bright in your face. The other one is so dark you can barely make out the details. And then the faces, they show you different types of African royalty. Well, this one has African royalty on the spades. Clubs, Harlem Renaissance. Didn't know that was a thing. Diamonds, 1970s culture. High tops. I thought high tops was 80s culture. And the 90s culture on the hearts. Yeah. It's all about the African, which is fine. It's an interesting idea. Nice ace of spades and everything. I don't know who printed these. But I agree, the back design, the tuck case are just not that great. And they're available at theblackpack.co. $10 each. $19 for two. Excuse me. And $28 for free. And yes, they are black owned. Apparently. There's no information that I can see on who produced them. What kind of stock or finish they might have. Okay, never mind. I take that back. It's a smooth linen finish, which is an absolute oxymoron. Like, how can it be smooth and linen finish? Because a smooth is embossed, so it can't really be a smooth linen finish, technically speaking. But it is what it is. With a 330 GSM white stock, no idea who printed it. Probably MPC, but it could be anyone really. All right, then we got. I might have mentioned this one last week. It is the Sea Green Keepers from Illusionist. $7 each, not a bad price. I've obviously ordered one. I've been waiting on these for 2 or 3 months now since they released this deck as a reload without a tuck case, which I don't really get personally. I understand, but obviously it's not my cup of tea. Why would you wet the tuck case? That's just ridiculous. But it's very nice. I do like the green color. And I do like the keepers, so I'm looking forward to that one. Something I want to point out, it's brought to my attention from Collectible Point Cards, is the Bicycle Magic cards by Prestige Point Cards. Oh, I got one of these on the way, apparently, thanks to Murphy's Magic. I haven't seen it on Murphy's Magic website, but they did send me something. There was a Bicycle Magic Point Cards from Prestige Point Cards. It's this one. This was originally on Indiegogo. It did not fund, but somehow it's been produced. Very interesting artwork. If indeed Murphy's Magic did send one of these my way, I appreciate it, and I thank you. It's pretty interesting. It's an artistic tribute to every impish trick that has astounded audiences for over 5,000 years. 52 mini canvases paying respect. Are you sure it's not paying respect? To the acts of magic under the watchful eye of the spectator. So it's all about magic. Each card apparently shows you different tricks and stuff like that. Pretty interesting, pretty cool. I like it. Kind of like that. We'll see how I feel about it once I get it. If there's anything else I need to mention here, we'll talk about these when we get to them. We will. Nothing too crazy and new. but we'll get to it. There's this new, apparently, from Art of Play, the Impasto playing cards. An homage to early Impressionist art painters who redefined traditional European art. The back design is a close-up representation of brushstrokes by Camille, or inspired by the work of Camille Pissarro. Interesting. Designed by Obex Studio. It's a pretty interesting and sadly a one-way back design because of how it's done. Interesting Ace of Spades, Tree of Life, I guess. And then you get the court cards, which are a little bit odd. Seems each suit has its own color. I'm not sure what this is. It must be a Joker. Go playing with cards. Another one. Lots of ad cards. The Jack of Hearts is grabbing a woman's boob. USB-C printed this. Are you sure USB-C printed this? Because I find it strange that USB-C would print that. My only concern is, I want to see this again. Okay, the spade is in the blackest color. Diamond is in a greenish color. Hearts is in a reddish color. And clubs is also in a greenish color. Why or maybe it's more of a bluish color for the diamonds, but I don't mind each suit kind of having its own color scheme. It's interesting. It's one that's starting to catch my attention. We'll see. I might. It's $15 though. It's a little bit pricey. Art of Play always likes selling decks for $15 each, which is more like $20 Canadian. They also recently started selling the Jane Austen Would Stay Fulfilled from the Kickstarter project, and a few other ones. I haven't actually been a fan of a lot of their decks that they put out, like the Art Machine one. Yeah, wasn't a fan. Ferdman Records, I already had the original one, so I didn't get that one. Off the Wall, I did get. It's a pretty interesting deck. Flying Deck, I was not interested in. They got a lot of kind of weird decks. Also, thank you. The Fontaine Wine and Guest decks are apparently coming out 2 p.m. Pacific, Wednesday, I guess on fontainecards.com. That's this Wednesday, September the 12th. So, yeah, I don't know how expensive they're going to be. There's the wine one. It's a purple color. That one's the one that I have an interest in. I'm not really sure I'm interested in the guess one because it's kind of weird. But we'll see. Hopefully I can manage to score them. Hopefully I don't forget. Moving on, we got this deck, the Moon Deck, a Sailor Moon deck by Steve Minty, available from I can't even speak. From geekfirst.com. Custom die-cut holographic seal, apparently. Gold foil and embossed tuck case. Gold foil on the backs of the cards. It's actually starting to tempt me a little bit. The faces, the cartoony, the Sailor Moon characters, which is fine. It's fun. Each suit seems to have kind of its own color scheme, as far as the suits are concerned. Or maybe not. It's actually not bad. Nice tuck case. It's tempting. Oh, it's tempting. Oh boy. It's actually pretty nice. Holographic foil on the indices, you can see apparently. Oh wow. Yeah, I'm down with this one. It's a little bit pricey. They're $20 each plus shipping. Oh, I already had one in my cart still from yesterday. Oops. I never checked out. I think, let's see what shipping was. $15, that's not actually bad. So we'll do that. I'm going to get that one. Then there's this one for King's Wild, the Invocation. It's interesting to see Jackson Robinson back on United Carters kissing some ass. Literally. Apparently, he's going to do a couple hundred gilded decks, and the regular edition, 800 to 1,000 decks. Cold, foiled edition, so there's going to be foil on there. It's an interesting bat design, kind of inspired by Tally-Ho. in the center, I would say, just a little bit. Printed by Carta Mundi. Looks pretty nice. And then you get to the court cards, that's a lot of gold. The court cards look like they were inspired by Elite playing cards decks. I mean, like literally, there's so much gold. It's a lot of detail. I'm not really sure I'm liking the court cards too much. They're interesting. It's different. They're unique. Jack of Spades used to have a massive body. Very cube body. That is that. So it's coming soon. Yes, I'm not sure when exactly. Kickstarter, I imagine. But since I'm not buying his decks anymore, and he doesn't want me to buy his decks anymore, I won't be doing that. It's a two-piece intaglio printed tuck case, which is not what we see here, so I don't know why he says that. Same company that produced Alex Chin's tuck cases for his most recent decks at Artistry Inc. in Chicago. It's his first deck through Carta Mundi. It's interesting to see Jackson Wellington all of a sudden working with Carta Mundi as opposed to expert playing cards like he's done for his previous decks. He's also working with NPC on some other decks. But Jackson Wellington is sucking up to all the playing card companies apparently. Anyway, speaking of which, he's got this one, which is for his September subscription members. The Equinox, only 150 produced by MPC, 144 sealed and numbered, 10 are sealed and labeled artist proofs, whatever the frick that means. It's a nice bat design, very nice tuck case. I don't think MPC produced, and interesting custom court cards. And whatnot. He's got another one. This is the October one, which makes sense. It's the Haunted Eights, which is pretty cool. Apparently, this one's being printed by Shuffled Ink in the US. Not familiar with them. Over quality, which concerns me a little bit. I do know there's another project on Kickstarter that was using them. Pretty nice. No matter where you go in life, in the end, you will die. Well, that's just wonderful. You don't need to put that in our face, you know. Interesting court cards, it's kind of inspired by his Crazy Eights deck, but it's Halloween themed, which makes perfect sense. Nice back design. My problem with these shorts, these subscription things, is that they're very limited. And they're only for certain people, basically. And it is really kind of slapping the face, if you will, of all these other people who have backed his projects, the thousands of people who have backed his projects and continue to back his projects, but they can't get these because they're super limited. Kind of a slap in the face to me. Moving on, let's talk about this one. This is the Marat Petit deck by, what's his name? by, damn it, I can't think of his name, I apologize so much. By Ade Suryana, that's his name, I apologize. For some reason I couldn't think of it. It's going to have silver foil and embossing with a numbered stamp seal on the tuck case. Collector box and certificate of authenticity. Premium embossed cardstock. Nice vintage back design. Reimagined and redrawn vintage court cards. Custom ace, etc., etc. It is printed by Legends. I actually did not say that before. No, wait. That was a previous deck. I actually don't know who produced this one. It's a very small quantity. There is 73 produced, only 50 available. They went out on August 17th, sold via reservation on his website, and they shipped out as of a few days ago. It was designed to celebrate the Independence Day of Indonesia on August 17th in red and white with a attractive and intricate design of the 1800s era, which is, I guess, when they got their independence. So that's very cool. I like him paying homage. He's done this before with the Aquila that was also Indonesian inspired. Hopefully I don't butcher the name, Merah Putai. I did already, I know I did. Um, Very nice looking, and I'm happy to say that he has decided, it's actually printed by a factory in China, not in PC, handled pretty good, apparently. I'm happy to say that he has sent me a deck. I appreciate that very much. He didn't have to do that, but he did. I actually did reserve one, but unfortunately, because it's PayPal, I can't check out, and I had no real way of sending in the money. I would have gladly bought it, paid for it. I don't remember how much it cost, but I'm super happy to have him send this my way. You can see some of the art book here. It's not the best picture. Oh, maybe we can zoom in. There you go. Nice ace of spades, vintage inspired. Interesting bat design. Holding some cards, kind of vintage inspired. Nice tuck case with a map on the inside. That's pretty cool. And vintage inspired court cards, the Independence thing. That's very nice. I look forward to getting it in a not too distant future. For playing card decks, I wanted to mention they got this Circus prototype deck, which I am interested in checking out. There's not a lot of artwork, just about design. Apparently it was sent out for the September 28th Pip Box Club selection, so he's not showing images because he wants people who are getting it in the Pip Box Club, which is hard to say for some reason, Pip Box Club. He wants people getting that to see the deck first before he displays any more images, but interesting back design. Looks pretty nice. I'll wait for the actual deck to be produced. Speaking of which, the set of deck, the Ancient Warriors of theirs, I did order. This is from Kickstarter. Not a whole lot of pictures, but completely custom. Very interesting looking. Red and black. Look forward to checking that out. Now available on their website. So there's a bunch of other decks that were recently released, mostly from Murphy's. 70s Racers. I was not a fan of those. $20 each. And Arco. I decided to pick up another one of those. Why not? He still has cohorts available, apparently, but the Super B's and Salt and Bone ones have sold out. Actually, I just noticed something as well. Still 26 of those. Icon Deluxe playing cards. So you got the standard Icon in black, $13.99, and you got this deluxe version, $19.99. Why? Because it has a little bit of black foil on the front of the top case. Really? Oh, God. Talk about trying to milk in some money. As far as Murphy's Magic, they're now making available the flexible playing cards. W8. We'll look at a few things here to wrap up today's video. Special thanks again to Murphy's Magic for anything they sent my way. So the flexible playing cards available in red and black, very cheap, $4 each. They're from Pokeball, I believe. No, TCC, same difference really. Cardistry inspired. I don't need Adobe to look at a freaking pixel. Come on. Today. I know I've showed these to you before, but there it is. It's a very simple geometric type back design with fairly standard faces aside from the Jokers and the Ace of Spades. It's an okay deck. I'm not a fan of the tuck case, but I know I get it. It's supposed to be minimalist, but not one that you should expect me to review. Unless they want to send it my way. Same with this one, a WH deck. Produced by Copeg. And that's your back design. Very subdued, if you will, I guess. It says W8s. It's kind of interesting. And they got the same style for the faces and the court cards. Not really a fan of that. Kind of lacks color from my liking. 1,000 produced. The court cards are replicas of real people, whoever they are. Yeah. I think I'll pass on that. Then there's a Bicycle Carnival from Collectible Playing Cards. It's one of the typical decks with kind of recolored court cards. And a decent back design. One that I will pick up eventually, I'm sure. And then there's these ones. The Casa Playing Cards, which were put out. Doesn't say who the designer was, but it's the same guy who designed the Sky Descender Playing Cards, which is much better in my opinion. That's your back design. It's not really eye-catching or appealing. And then the court cards as well. It doesn't really do it for me. It's not. They also have this one in black. It just doesn't do it for me, the Casa wood decks. And the Die, or D Playing Cards by D Cardistry, Die Cardistry. Printed by USB-C, 3,000 produced. It's a one-way back design, but it creates the illusion of being a two-way back when you fan it, which is interesting. There's your back design. Just does not do it for me. And then the faces. Can we see the faces, please? The Ace of Spades. That's it. That's all I'm going to show for the faces. I'll pass. So, quite a few decks for me. I still think I might end up getting these pure decks. Just for the hell of it. I mean, they're not that expensive. It's a pure NOC deck is what they're calling it. By TCC and HOPC, House of Playing Cards. I mean, it's less than $4 each for me, so it's not a bad deal. We'll see. We shall see. And actually, I haven't looked at Hocus Pocus in a while. So let's see if there's anything here to talk about. Not really. They just got a bunch of decks. Same old, same old. Carrot cases. Decks we've seen elsewhere. Right. Well, check out Difata as well and USB-C. Why not? We might as well cover our bases here, and nothing new from them. USB-C that bean. And, oh yes, okay. Aventus Playing Cards is coming soon through Difata, or to Difata Magic. Excuse me. I apologize. Also the 4th edition of the School of Cardistry deck, which is just a cardistry fanning deck. Double facer, basically. It's not that great, in my opinion. It's not my cup of tea, that's for sure. This one, the Aventus Playing Cards, is pretty interesting back design. I believe it also has custom phases. They put it in Taiwan. They were sold on the website that produced them, which I don't know what it is. So it's one to look out for in the not too distant future. And that's pretty much it, I think. So comment, rate, subscribe, let me know what you think, and we'll see you next time with more. Thanks for watching, and yeah, we'll see you.